Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I have questions about my family coming to the house and the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're allowed to say something but never do.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother. Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library. After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly was rusty, his belly was rusty, his belly was rusty, I'm she
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Three of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone?
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous. Odin Finch buries the latest on January 7th, 1937. But 40-foot waves off the coast Odin's of daughter Edie, Odin Finch, is the first to be buried. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.